welcome once again to Sin Bin Stream. Today we have National League Wild Card Series between the San Diego Padres at the Chicago Cubs from Wrigley Field, where the Cubs won Game 1 yesterday in this best-of-3 series. Hope everybody's having a great, what are we on, Wednesday? And around the world, eventually, your Thursday as well. All right. And starting today, for the Padres, it's Cease, C-E-A-S-E. And for the Cubs, Kittredge, who pitched in relief yesterday. We have Tati to lead it off. Tati, Arraez, and Machado. Again, first pitch in about another minute. Let's get the Cubs defense up there for you. Cubs have outfield of Happ, Crow, Armstrong, and Suzuki, left to right. And on the infield, Shaw, Swanson, Horner, and Bush from third to first. Kittredge to Kelly is the battery. All right, let's take that down, and I'll switch to the Padres defense real quick. Yeah, I noticed yesterday that for some reason Chicago Cubs got replaced by San Diego Padres. Like, I didn't do that. It was in there, right? Hello, welcome, Piggy Wiggly. Glad you could be here. Sorry for not committing to Game 1 sooner for you. All right, hopefully the Cubs take care of business today. But welcome. Hope you have a good day. Yeah, I was wondering. I couldn't find the other player besides Suzuki. All right, we're just about set. All right, Kittredge is set. Yeah, he's got this weird delivery, slow and deliberate. Fouls off a slider, 91. 0-1 is the count. And we get a StatCast graphic. Here's the 0-1. Taken outside slider, 90 miles per hour. 1-1 for a ball. Just outside. Detroit and Cleveland tied at 1, bottom of the 6th, 1 out in Cleveland. Oh, a sinker singled to center. A lot of S's there. Leadoff hit for the Padres for Tati. Hey, Mac. No worries. Thanks for joining. Appreciate you being here. Hope you're having a great Wednesday. All right, sorry, just updating all my box scores real quick. Bunts in the air, foul, or behind the plate, I should say. 0-1's the count. Sinker popped up behind. So 0-1, of course, the hitter is Arraez, Luis Arraez. Left-handed batter's box. Right-handed Kittredge delivers. Swung on, fouled off as another sinker. 0-2. And Tati has to return to first. As Bush holds him on. Yeah, single to center on the first batter. All right. 0-2 pitch. Nobody out. Man at first. Swung and lined into right field for another single. And Tati holds at second. So 2 on, nobody out. Padres threatening early. Yeah, Kittredge did pitch in relief yesterday, so I don't follow baseball. I know there's a lot of like bullpen days sometimes, so let's see. Who was that? Horner made a diving attempt at second, but it was into right. That'll bring up Machado. 2 for Piggy Wiggly not happy. Manny Machado, 27 homers, 95 RBIs, 275 batting average in the regular season. Fouls off a sinker, 95 miles per hour for strike 1. Again, the Padres are the 5 seed. The Cubs are the 4 seed. Best of 3. Last start for Kittredge in 2021. Sinker misses low and inside, 1-1. Yeah, I really don't understand this at all then. If he's been just a bullpen arm the last 4+ years, why is he starting? All right. Kittredge delivers low, sinker, ball 2, 2-1. Yeah, I don't know. Well, still early. Again, Detroit and Cleveland 1-1, 1 on, 2 out, bottom 6. Detroit won game 1. Fouled off a sinker down the third baseline. Evens the count at 2-2. Yeah, Detroit won game 1. I think it was 2-1, and they're tied in game 2 in Cleveland. All right, 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed a slider just outside. Strike 3. And 1 out with 2 aboard. Now maybe they can turn a double play and get out of this. Great pitch. Just a slider nibbling at the outside edge of the plate. And retired Machado. And now Merrill, the center fielder, is up. All right, left-handed batter's box against the righty. Kittredge delivers. Swung on and missed. Another slider low and in to the left-handed batter. Would have probably been a called strike. Strike 1 on the swing. I was thinking the same thing, Piggy Wiggly. Hopefully a double play here. Second pitch, popped out of play or foul. Four-seam, 95. Quickly 0-2. To Merrill. Bogart's on deck if it is not a double play. Bogart's, of course, the shortstop. This is the cleanup hitter, Merrill. Here's the pitch. Low, bounces a slider, 1-2. New baseball. And Detroit got out of it, so it's 1-1. Tigers, Cleveland, heading to the top of the 7th. Tigers, Guardians, I should say, in Cleveland. Tati, the runner at second. Arraez at first. Fake throw to second. And Kittredge hangs on to the ball. Chase Tati back to the bag. All right, 1-2. Kittredge is set. Here's the delivery. Fouled off a slider. Still 1-2. Padres in their San Diego, I don't know if that's gray or what that. I guess it's a tan with brown pinstripes and brown hat. Cubs in the home whites with blue pinstripes. Oh, there was a pitch out and both runners advanced, so no double play going to be turned here. The catcher didn't throw the ball to third. They had a pitch out or a looping high pitch. I guess they got too good a jump and he just didn't throw it. So double steal. Padres stay out of the double play. 2-2 pitch and a slider driven to right but short of the track, caught by Suzuki, and that should be enough. Both runners advanced. There's 2 outs, but the Padres take the early 1-0 lead on a sac fly by Merrill. And Tatis scores the first run. So a run on 2 hits for the Padres. That double steal cost the Cubs there. All right, well, there's 2 outs. If they can get out of this with just limiting them to 1 run, that would be huge. Kittredge delivers. Low slider. A little low. Ball 1. This is Bogarts, a shortstop. 263 average, 11 homers, 53 RBIs in the regular season. So righty against righty. Kittredge delivers. Sinker fouled off, 94. Evens the count at 1-1. Again, this is on ABC in the U.S., so I'm doing this off of roof antenna. Shouldn't be too far behind. Slider, swinger, kind of just looped it into left for out number 3. So the Padres leave 1 on base in scoring position, but they do get 1, and we head to the bottom of the first. Cubs coming to bat trailing 1-0. All right. Oh, wait. Let me double check. Did I fix? Yeah, I fixed this box score. All right, there we go. All right. Hope everybody, again, is having a great Wednesday. Thanks for joining me here. I do appreciate it. Here's a look at what we got coming up the next 5 days. If you were with us, I guess Mitchell is okay. She just had severe cramping for the fever last night. So it must have been a muscle cramp issue in her, maybe her calf. Maybe that's why she was grabbing at her knee. Yeah, so hopefully she's going to be all right and no long-term issues there. So that's good news. So if they had somehow pulled that off, they would have been okay, I guess, for the finals. But unfortunately, they fell in overtime. Tremendous effort by the Fever and specifically Odyssey Sims to try and bring them back. That is Kittredge. I guess you're not a fan. Andrew Kittredge. He was in relief last night. 4-3 record, 3.40 ERA, 54 games. No starts, 5 saves, 53 innings, 64 strikeouts. He's got a whip of .98, so that's pretty good. I'm assuming it's a bullpen day. I don't think he'll last very long. He's 35. All right, Dylan Cease. I'm assuming that's how you say C-E-A-S-E. Takes the mound. First pitch is fouled off. 4-seam fastball for strike 1. Oh, forgot to do the Padres defense. There we go. Sheets, Merrill, Tatis in the outfield. Strike 2 call, low in the strike zone. On the infield, Machado, Bogarts, Cronenworth, and Arraez. Cease to Fermin is the battery. All right, fouled off a curveball, staying alive. 0-2 count to the leadoff hitter for the Cubs, of course, Bush. Horner on deck, Happ in the hole. You got to score 1 to win. Now they got to score 2 to win. So don't, no worries. Four seam in the air to right center, but short of the track and caught by the center fielder for out number 1. It was hard to read that one, the way the camera was so zoomed out. That'll bring up Horner. Hey, where's the rest of the team here? Why is this stuff at the bottom? Usually they have the people, yeah, the people on the bench. Ah, there we go. Yeah, what the heck? Fouled off a slider, 0-1. All right. All right. Again, Horner, the second baseman. Check swing on a low slider. No swing, says the umpire at first. Ball 1. Evens the count. 1-1. Here's the pitch. Oh, driven right up the middle for a single. The Cubs get a 1-out single to center by Horner. That'll bring up Happ. Tucker, the DH, is on deck. Yeah, driven right over the second base bag into center. Took it right back up the middle. First hit for the Cubs. First pitch, swung on a miss, four seam, 97 miles per hour, almost right down the middle. High and outside, ball 1. I was trying to confirm how you say that guy's name. Oh, Nico. Nico Horner. All right, Happ is up. Again, 1-1's the count. Left-handed batter's box against the righty pitcher. Swung on and missed another four-seam. Strike 2. 96 miles per hour. Again, Tucker serving as the DH. He is on deck. 1 out, 1 on, trailing 1-0. Bottom of the first. 3-2. There's the pitch. Low on a slider. Appeal to third. No swing. Evens the count. 2-2. Happ adjusts his gloves. And pitcher finally gets settled. 5 on the pitch clock. Here's the 2-2. Swung on a miss. 98 on a four-seam. And that is a strikeout and out number 2. And again, that will bring up Tucker, the DH. I don't know. Left-handed batter's box, taking four-seam fastball, strike 1, 98 miles per hour. All right. 0-1 pitch. Driven to left, but short of the track and caught for out number 3. So they left 1 on base. They pick up a hit, but that's it. We head to the top of the second. 1-0 Padres. I forgot to fix this box score. There we go. Oh, ow. right, so far so good for my internet. Don't expect problems, but you never know. Hope to get faster internet early next year. Just a reminder of what's coming up. So nothing the rest of today. We'll be back with 49ers at Rams. If for some reason the Cubs don't close out the series today, I'll take a look at the schedule. I will consider doing game 3 depending on the time. I mean, if it's at 2:08, yeah, for sure, no problem. If it's in the evening, I don't know. I'd rather do football, but again, we will see. Still got 8 innings to go in this game. Maybe the Cubs will close it out. Don't really want to do Dodgers tonight because, 8:08 start time. If they go extra innings, I don't want to be doing baseball up until midnight. I don't want to risk that. All right, back from commercial. Let's get this off the screen. And hey, here's Shota. He's in the game, so don't complain. Imanaga? All right, top of the second. Lefty delivers against the lefty. Ooh, a sweeper called the ball. Looked like it had caught the strike zone. I don't know about that. Ryan O'Hearn, the DH, lefty against lefty. That's a four-seam outside, 2-0. Come on, don't walk the leadoff hitter. Fouled off a four-seam. Upstairs of the zone. Strike one. All right, yep. So 1 inning for the starter, Kittredge, and now Shota Imanaga. In four-seam, popped up. Foul territory. Catcher, foul out, makes the catch for out number 1. Good job battling back after the falling behind 2-0. And of course, that's Kelly, the catcher, for out number 1 with the putout. 12 home runs allowed over his last 6 starts. And right on cue, four-seam. Nope, popped up into center. That's going to be caught by Crow Armstrong for out number 2. Yeah, I don't know. I know, like, the Brewers started that with the bullpen days. I have no idea, Piggy Wiggly. That's what I was getting to. I have no idea. And that guy pitched yesterday, too, so I didn't understand it. Maybe to take some of the pressure off. Oh, outside on a four-seam fastball, 1-0. Cronenworth steps in, hitting 8th. He's the second baseman. Pitch. Oh, he gives him the outside corner. Got a strike 1 called on a four-seam. Still top of the 7th in Cleveland. The Tigers have runners at the corners, but with 2 outs. The pitch, ooh, just missed upstairs on a four-seam, 2-1. Here's the pitch, the 2-1. Fouled off a four-seam, evens the count at 2-2. All right, for me, the 9th place hitter, the catcher, is on deck. But we have 2 outs, 2 strikes. Lefty against lefty. Here's the pitch. Fouled off a sweeper, 83. We'll do the 2-2 again once again. All right. Here's the delivery. Swung on and missed on a splitter, a little bit low, 85 miles per hour, strike 3. We head to the bottom of the first. 1-0 Padres. Let's see. Yep, bottom of the second. If I meant bottom of the second, if I just missaid it. All right, there we go. All caps. We love you, Shota. Yeah, I know. That's like, I know the names are backwards because like Ichiro Suzuki had Ichiro on his back of his jersey. Yeah, but Suzuki has Suzuki on his back, though. And speaking of Suzuki, he leads things off. Let's see. 245 average, 32 home runs, 103 RBI on the season. Out of Arakawa, Japan. Debuted in April 7th of 2022. Career 269 average, 87 career home runs, 296 RBI. Age 31. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, gotcha. Thank you. And let's see, what about Shota Managa? Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I see it now. 9-8 record this year, 3.73 ERA, 25 starts, 25 games, 144 innings and 144 and 2/3 innings pitched, 117 strikeouts, .99 whip, walks and hits per innings pitched. All right, we are set. First pitch upstairs, slider misses, 1-0 to Suzuki. Hit the game-tying home run yesterday afternoon. Swung on and missed a slider, 89, just outside the zone to the righty. Righty against righty. He has 6 home runs and 11 RBI in his last 5 games. Takes a strike, 4-seam, 99, 1-2. Oh, the Guardians got out of the top of the 7th, no damage. Still tied 1-1, and they have 1 out already in the bottom of the 7th. Pitches a slider, 91 outside, evens the count, 2-2. All right. Here's the pitch, fouled off a 4-seam, 99, still 2-2. All right. Suzuki steps in the batter's box. Still 8 on the pitch clock. 5, 4, 3. Here's the windup. The delivery. Misses on a slider a little bit outside. Maybe a little low, too. Full count. Leadoff hitter, bottom of the second. Cubs trailing 1-0. Fans get to their feet to cheer on Suzuki. Here's the full count pitch. Swung on and missed on a slider. 92 miles per hour. Strike 3. And there's quickly one away. And that will bring up Kelly, the catcher, who hit the game, winning or lead. Yeah. Made it 2-1 right after Suzuki tied it at 1-1. All in the bottom of the 5th. Two back-to-back home runs to left field. First pitch is a four-seam low, ball 1. Right-hander against right-hander. 249 average, 17 home runs, 50 RBI for Carson Kelly, the catcher, on the regular season. Pitch fouls off a four-seam, 98, right down the middle, 1-1. Yeah, looks like we're getting a look at his home run yesterday. Yep. It was like 1 or 2 rows deep, but enough to give the Cubs the lead, which they would not relinquish. Slider misses outside, 2-1. Wow, first time back-to-back home runs since the 84 NLCS against the Padres. Slider swung on and missed, or maybe he got a piece of it. Either way, it's 2-2. I don't want to think about that series. Sox were good in 83, lost to the Orioles. Orioles won the World Series. 84, Cubs lose to the stinking Padres after being up 2-0. The NLCS was best of 5 back then. Four-seam, 100 miles per hour, popped into short center. The shortstop's under it for out number 2. So quickly 2 away and nobody on. Of course, that's Bogarts on the putout. Yeah, and then the Padres won thanks to stupid Steve Garvey, who you know better as a Dodger, but he killed the Cubs for the Padres in 84, and then they ended up losing to the Tigers anyways. Four-seam misses upstairs, ball 1. And the hitter is Pete Crow Armstrong, 247 average on the season, 31 homers, 95 RBI regular season. From the left-handed batter's box, the righty delivers to him, swung on and missed on a four-seam, or maybe you fouled it or tipped it. Either way, it's 1-1. Cease is wearing number 84. Just realized that. All right, 2 outs, nobody on. 1-1 pitch, bottom of the second. It's curveball, low and inside, ball 2. And, of course, the Cubs were good in 89, but they ran into the Giants. Giants lost to the A's. Swung on and missed. Four-seam, 99. Evens the count, 2-2. All right. Catcher setting up high. Crow Armstrong fakes a bunt. They miss on the four-seam low. Full count, 3-2. Yeah, I guess it makes no difference. I know they set up goofy when there's people on base, but even with nobody on, the catcher does that, like trying to fake the hitter. Fouls off a four-seam. We'll do the 3-2 again. And they're through 7 innings in Cleveland. Tigers won. Guardians won. Top of the 8th coming up. That game is on ESPN. This game's on ABC. All right, full count, 2 outs, nobody on. They're playing Crow Armstrong as a dead pull hitter. He pops up a four-seam, back and out of play. I'm nervous. It's only the second. Long way to go. Piggy Wiggly, are you rooting for the Dodgers or no? Here's the pitch. Oh, he couldn't check his swing. Slider got him low and inside. He couldn't hold off. Strike 3 called. Or Swung on and missed, strike 3. Yeah. All right, we head to the top of the third. 1-0 Padres. Cubs have what? A single. That's how they started until they got to the 5th inning yesterday. That's exactly what was going on. Tigers need to win for Hobby. All right, I think I forgot to fix my other box score. Yep, I did. All right, I'm going to take a quick break too. I'll be right back. Yeah, gotcha. I hear you. I figured. All right, I'll be right back. Thanks. Thanks for watching. All right, we're back. Still at commercial. Getting an ad for, I think, The Golden Bachelor. Yep, tonight on ABC. Wonderful. Well, Sinbin admin will eventually watch that, maybe with the sound down. She watches for the fashion. They're talking to Mike Schilt. Jesse Rogers doing the interview. Schilt, of course, the Padres manager. First pitch fouled straight back on a 4-seam. Strike 1. Whoops, forgot to zero out the outs. My bad. Swung on and missed on a splitter. Strike 2. Just caught the inside corner as well. Shota still on the mound for inning 3. All right. Here's the windup. The pitch upstairs, 4-seam 92, misses 1-2. 1-2. Tigers got a runner at second, 2 outs, top of the 8th. Here's the 1-2. Leadoff hitter in the third. Sent down the left field line. That's going to one-hop to the wall. That should be an easy double. A splitter, 85 miles per hour, driven into left. So the Padres get the leadoff. Yes, the 89 World Series. Good point, Mac. Yeah, that kind of overshadowed the series. Yeah, just the Cubs had no chance against the Giants that year too. It was sad. Giants were just the better. Will Clark killed them. Tatis sends one down the right field line. Suzuki gives charge, catches it in foul territory, and he holds the runner at second. Great play by the right fielder. Number 27, Tatis flies or fouls out to right. Yeah, that was in foul territory and threw a strike and it was cut off in the infield. Good to keep the runner at second with 1 out. Yeah, that's like the only World Series I think that those Bash brothers and the Dennis Eckersley team won because they lost to the Reds in 1990. I remember that. Ball one, I think that was upstairs. Oh, wow, I didn't know that. I hope you were okay and property okay. Same for Mac. Pitch up. Oh, he catches the up top of the box. 1-1. Evens the count. Oh, gotcha. All right, checks the runner, pitches, taken strike, four seam, low in the zone, 1-2. So Fermin, the catcher, doubled. Tati fouled out to right. This is the first baseman, Arraez, who's 1 for 1 on the day. Holy cow, 7 kids. That's a lot of kids. Here's the pitch. Grounders, splitter to second. Horner to Bush for out number 2. And obviously Fermin moved over to third on the ground out. But now there's 2 away. Oh, yeah, they've got 3 hits now, right? I forgot to update that. First pitch taken. They appeal. Oh, it's a call to strike. I didn't think he really offered, but they called it a strike. 0-1 to Machado. Right-handed batter's box against the lefty. Foul or hits a four-seam to right center. Suzuki calls off Crow Armstrong. He has it for out number 3. So the Padres waste a leadoff double. They get 1 hit and leave 1 at third. And we move to the bottom of the third. Cubs still trailing 1-0. So good job by the defense that inning to make the Padres offense waste the leadoff double. Mrs. Doubtfire's house. Yeah, maybe. Maybe Sinbin admin and myself will get out there sometime. Not right now, though. Not anytime soon. Let's put it that way. Maybe next year we can talk about a vacation again. We did go on vacation. When was that? Last year, I think? We took a cruise. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I figured you meant lived. Yeah, no problem. I gotcha. Whoops, I forgot. Did I take it down? I meant to take that down. My bad. Yeah, this is a really old. I've had this shirt a long time. It's kind of a nice display piece. You got the National League logo on one sleeve and an actual MLB patch on the other. But it's two-tone on the front. It's got the smaller Cubs logo, and it's blue on one side and this weird gray on the other. All right, just about set for the bottom of the third. They're interviewing Craig Counsell now. Huh. Yeah, we'll see. Currently unemployed. But yeah, we'll see. Should be all right. Just got to figure things out by next year sometime. Slider 0-1 taken. It's hard to see because they've got a smaller window. It's half as big, less than half as big. So we got this giant screen for the interview. Slider driven to left center. That's down for a hit, but yeah, it's just going to be a single. So a leadoff single for the Cubs. as Swanson got the hit. Shaw comes to bat. Bush on deck. Horner in the hole. As we head back, this is the 9th place hitter. So the 8th place hitter, Swanson, delivers a hit. And didn't he score the 3rd run, or did he get the sac fly yesterday? I forgot already. All right, I got to add hits on all my box scores here. All right, right-hander against right-hander. Pitch. Oh, I thought it was inside, but it's on the edge. They call strike 1. 0-1, man at first. All right. Yeah, glad you're here, Mac. Glad you're here, Piggy Wiggly. Thanks for chatting. Four seam fouled off, 0-2. And we got bullpen action for San Diego. Adrian Morjan, the lefty. He pitched yesterday, I think. Yeah. All right. Man on. 0-2 count. Four seam fouled off. We'll do it again. Straight back. Hit the protective screen and came straight down. Pardon the whistle. Shaw, the third baseman, hitting 9th. We got Bush, the first baseman, on deck. Bush is 0 for 1. Horner 1 for 1 in the hole. Here's the pitch. Fouled off a curveball down the left field base, or the third baseline. Still 0-2. 40 pitches now for the starter, Cease. All right, righty against righty. 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. A sweeper low. Strike 3. Out number 1. Hold on. What was the call? Was there catcher interference? What? Did they say he fouled it off? Oh, okay. Well, hello. Okay, so not a strikeout. And still no outs. He fouled it off, and then I think the Padres thought that the catcher caught it, but he didn't. So it was just a foul. I didn't think he had fouled it. All right. Shaw still alive. 0-2. Nobody out. The runner at first is Swanson, the shortstop. All right, now we're set. 0-2. Way upstairs. Four seam misses. 1-2. 97 miles per hour. Oh, the Guardians just got a run, I think, in the bottom of the 8th with 1 out. So they lead the Tigers 2-1 in Cleveland. This is game 2. Detroit won the first game, and now they got a runner at second with 1 out. All right, 1-2 count here. Runner at first, nobody out. Four seam in the air to right, short of the track, caught by Tatis for out number 1. So 1 on, 1 out. Oh, here's the update. A solo shot to right field to give the Guardians the 2-1 lead. Rocchio and Valera have the 2 solo shots to give the Cleveland Guardians the 2-1 lead. They got 1 out and a runner at second now. All right, this is Bush in the left hand. Ball gets away. That'll advance the runner to second. That's got to be a wild pitch. It was in the dirt. So the Cubs get a runner in scoring position and stay out of the double play. Bush at bat. Swanson trots to, it was in the dirt, hit the catcher in the chest protector. He had no chance. It just went all the way off the bricks. towards the third base, side. All right, 1-0 the count. Here's the 1-0. Fouled off a 98-mile-per-hour four-seam for strike one. Yeah, Bush 0 for 1 today. 261 average on the regular season, 34 home runs. Left-handed batter's box against the righty. 0 for 1 again today. 3-1 Cleveland now. A runner at second, 1 out. Four-seam misses inside, 2-1. The count to Bush with a runner in scoring position now. He had 8 home runs in September. Checks the runner. Here's the pitch. Wait, was that did he not check his swing? Oh, 2-2. Boy, I don't know about that. I didn't think he swung. Yeah, he just crossed the plate. That was actually a good call. I didn't think he had gone, but yeah, Bush definitely offered at it. All right, 2-2. Evens the count. 1 out. Runner at second. Checks the runner. Checks the runner again. Cease fires. Slider, 91, fouled into the first base seats. Still 2-2. And now Cleveland has 2 runners on with 1 out. First and second. Now up 2 in the bottom of the 8th inning. Checking the runner. Here's the pitch. Ooh, that looked like a strike. They call it a ball. We go full count. Next year, I think you get that as a strike on appeal. It looked like it just got the bottom of the box. Full count. Yeah, I don't know about that call there. Cubs fans cheering again. Full count. 1 out. Runner at second. Checks the runner. Cease. Checks the runner again. Now he'll pitch it. And it's lined. Oh, no, to second. And, they didn't double off the runner. They want to challenge it. Great catch by the fielder. Almost had a double play. I don't know if they're challenging it or not. It was bang, bang. I think they are challenging. It's close. That's a bad angle. You're not going to be overruling it on that angle. I mean, you can't tell. It's very close. Oh, great. Like, I am sick of replays as far as football and definitely basketball. Now we got to do this in baseball. Powered by Zoom. Yeah, the bullet train in Tokyo would be pretty cool to visit. All right, I don't like this angle. Do you have another angle? It's very close. I don't think this is going to be enough to overturn the call. It's really simultaneously that. That was my thought. I don't think there's enough to overturn this. Guess I need my review clock for baseball, too. Swanson straight off the bag too much. You got to be aware of where the fielder is. That they were playing behind second base. Oh, wow. Good for you, Mac. I'm glad you got to see the world. All right. Safe at second. Call stands. All right. Good news for the Cubs. But now they got 2 outs and a runner at second. All right, that'll bring up Horner, who's 1 for 1. Right-handed hitter, right-handed pitcher. Swanson takes his lead at second. Here's the pitch. Low, slider, 1-0. 89 on the pitch. 89 miles per hour. All right, 297 batting average in the regular season for Horner. Cease checking the runner. Here's the pitch. Taken strike on a slider. Caught the inside of the zone for strike 1. Cleveland still with 1 out and a runner at first and second. Come on, we need a nice 2-out single here to tie this game up. Pitch, 4-seam in the air, lazy fly ball to right center. Both fielders come together. Merrill makes the catch in front of Tati to retire the side. The Cubs got a hit, left a runner in scoring position. We are through 3 innings, and we head to the top of the 4th. Padres still leading 1-0 since the first inning. So what do we got? 1-3-0 and 0-2-0. Yep, there we go. Let me make sure I put the hit, yep, in the other box. Yep. Yeah, that was terrible. They really needed to get that run. Man, and when did that wild pitch happen? Was that in the Shaw at bat? Was he at second with nobody out, or was he at second with 1 out? Either case, Bush lined out and then Horner flied out. All right, let's take a look at that Cleveland game since we're at commercial real quick. Uh, 3-1, still batting in the bottom of the 8th. Again, home runs by, who was it again? Here, we'll go down here. Valera, first inning off Mize with 1 out. Rocchio, 8th inning off Melton. Nobody on, 1 out. Sheeman with the other RBI. All right. Back to this game. Lefty against lefty. Misses on a sweeper, ball 1. Outside. Merrill, who caught the last out of the first inning, or the last inning, the 3rd inning, takes a strike, 1-1. Another sweeper, just caught the low outside corner. Still, Imanaga. Fouled off on a 4-seam, 91, 1-2. Again, Merrill, the center fielder. Cleanup hitter. He's got a sac fly and an RBI. The 1 RBI today, I believe. Yeah. Low and outside again on a sweeper, evens the count, 2-2. Yeah, sac fly for Merrill. Yeah, that or the double steal hurt. That's what hurt the Cubs. Low, 4-seam, full count. Come on, don't walk the leadoff hitter. Yeah, as you say, it was a double steal. Here's the full count pitch. Fouled off a four seam. We'll do it again. 3-2. All right. Lefty against lefty. Here's the pitch. Fouled off a sweeper up and in. Or at least in. Still 3-2. As we get a look at his shoes, the pitcher. 8th pitch of just this at bat. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 4. He walked him, and the Padres have the leadoff hitter on with nobody out here, obviously, in the top of the 4th. Man. Had him 2-2 and ended up walking him. That'll bring up Bogarts, the shortstop, 0 for 1 today. Hitting 400 today, between today and yesterday. 263 in the regular season and 11 home runs. Pitch is low, 4-seam, ball 1. Excuse me. Checks the runner against the right-handed hitter, or right-handed batter's box. 4-seam, misses inside, 2-0, and now the catcher comes out. Of course, that is Kelly to talk to Imanaga. And now, who is that? Must be the pitching coach and a trainer come out. It's not Counsell, the manager. Oh, maybe it's a translator. I just thought of that. Maybe it's not a trainer. Maybe it's a translator. All right, 2-0. Walked the leadoff hitter. Nobody out here. Top of the 4th. As we get a commercial. Awesome. Yep. Batter is in the batter's box. We're ready. Okay, great. Back to full screen. Oh, 6-1 in top of the 9th in Cleveland. Tigers down by 5. Oh, he gets the 4-seam on the inside edge of the plate. Called strike 1. Throw to first. Not in time. Merrill back. Again, Bogarts at the plate. O'Hearn, the designated hitter, on deck. All right, 2-1 count. Checks the runner. Checks him again. Wind up delivery. 4-seam. Fouled off. 93. Evens the count at 2-2. All right. Bogarts is set. Imanaga pitches outside, splitter, 3-2. Another full count at bat. Back to back here in the top of the 4th. Man at first after a leadoff walk. Nobody out. Cubs could use a double play here. Checks the runner, the delivery, right down the middle. 4-seam fouled off. We'll do it again. Full count. 1 out, top of the 9th in Cleveland. Tigers down to their last 2 outs. Nobody on. Trailing by 5. They gave up at least 4 in the bottom of the 8th. Maybe 5. 3-2 count. Here's the pitch. Oh, got him. Swung on a sweeper. Inside. Beautiful pitch. And we get 1 away here. Way to battle back Imanaga after he was down 2-0 in the count, I think. And that's when they came out to talk. Beautiful pitch. Just inside. Couldn't lay off it. All right, lefty against lefty. Pitch high and in. Chin music. O'Hearn just gets out of the way. 1-0. Whoa. Again, the DH today, he's 0 for 1. Up and in, and yep, would have been in his ear hole if he hadn't gotten out of the way. Maybe he thought he was crowding the plate. All right, well, 1-0, checking the runner. Throw to first. Not in time. Merrill back. Merrill at first after a leadoff walk. He also has an RBI sac fly in the first. That's why we are at 1-0. Also a double steal helped that inning. 1-0 pitch. Outside. Four seam. Ball 2. Full counts on the first two batters and already 2-0 here to the third hitter of the top of the fourth inning. All right, O'Hearn ready. Checking the runner. 2 on the pitch clock. Fouled off a four seam. Strike 1. 2-1 count. 40 pitches already for Imanaga, who's been on since the top of the second. Kittredge pitched the first inning and gave up the run. All right, 2-1 count. Checks the runner. Delivery. Adjustment. Well, no. Sweeper. Put it way inside, actually. 3-1. I was saying he just missed, but I was inside. All right. 3-1 count. Don't want to put him on. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Swing. Fouled off. We got a full count. 3-2. 1 out. 1 on. Full count. Lefty against lefty. Cubs fans on their feet once again. Here's the pitch. Fouled off a four seam into the screen near the dugout. Still 3-2. Oh, third base coach had to get out of the way. Oh, it one hopped the screen, I see. Near the tarp area, I think. Full count. Checks the runner. The delivery. Sweeper driven to right for a single. Suzuki gets it, and they hold the runner at second, but two on and 1 out. So Monaga struggling here in the top of the fourth. He's gone full count on all 3 hitters and only retired 1. So, got to think the bullpen would be warming up. They might be buying some time, too. And we already got a pinch hitter, Iglesias, for Sheets. A righty against the lefty here. Sheets 0 for 1 today and 0 for the series yesterday and today. Yeah, you don't want to go to leave it to a game 3 for sure. But Cubs are in trouble here. Only up 1-0. Tigers have 2 on and 1 out, but they still trail by 5 in the top of the 9th. Upstairs on a four seam, 1-0 to Iglesias. Oh boy. Lefty against a right-handed, or batter's box at least. Maybe he's switch. Pitch fouled off. 92-mile-per-hour pitch, evens the count, 1-1. It's up in the zone, but would have been a strike. All right. Well, at least it's 1-1 on this count. We'll take that. Checks the runner at first. Here's the delivery. Sinker in the air to center. Crow Armstrong under it for out number 2. Runners hold. All right. Huge fly out to center there. And now there's 2 away. Oh, you know what? I got to give the Padres another hit. I forgot. Yeah, let's get that going. All right, that'll bring up Cronenworth. Lefty against lefty. Strike one on the top outside corner. There we go. Cronenworth 0 for 1 with a strikeout today. 0 for the series as well, yesterday and today. Here's the pitch. Grounded to short. Throw to first in time for out number 3. Padres get a walk and a hit, but leave 2 on. And we head to the bottom of the 4th. The Cubs trailing 1-0, but worked their way out of a jam there. That could have been big time trouble with 2 on and 1 out. We head to the bottom of the 4th. I think I need something to eat. I'll be right back. And just a reminder, please like and subscribe. If you're new here, welcome. Hope you're enjoying the live stream. And if so, please consider hitting like and or subscribe. Doing one or both helps with getting YouTube to recommend us to other potential viewers and helps me grow the channel. Thank you once again for everyone's support and continued support. Pardon the chewing, and pardon me for not putting the poll up earlier. All right. Just about set for the bottom of the 4th. Johnson takes over in left after Iglesias pinch hit. Cubs have Happ, Tucker, and Suzuki due up here in the 4th. Left-handed batter's box, pitched by the righty, upstairs four-seam, misses ball 1. All right, Cease has thrown 54 pitches. Next one, the looping curveball, misses low and inside, 2-0. Ooh, just caught it on the inside low corner. Slider, 89, 2-1. Taking strike. The Tigers have loaded the bases, but now they have 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Guardians trying to even that series. Slider low and inside, 3-1. Cubs will take a leadoff walk by Happ. And hello, Rhonda. Yeah, hello, Mac. Hello, Piggy Wiggly. And go Cubbies, says Rhonda. Thank you. Oh, taken slider. Strike 2. All right, we got a full count to the leadoff hitter, Happ, in the bottom of the 4th. Cubs trailing 1-0. Gave up a run in the 1st. Here's the full count pitch. Foul, the four-seam near the Cubs dugout. A dive sliding attempt is no good by the third baseman. Machado is slow to get up. Hopefully he's all right. Made a hell of an attempt, but he's still sitting down. Hopefully he's all right. Uses the fence to help himself up. He's got a slight limp. Might have a raspberry on his thigh or something after sliding in the warning track area. Yeah, he had his glove there, and it just bounced out of reach. He made a great attempt, and he kind of crashed into the open fence at the corner. Yeah, maybe he hurt his leg crashing into the fence, too. I don't know. The trainer is out. So is Schilt, the manager. All right. Machado's going to stay in. Number 13, the third baseman, adjusting his left shoe. Good attempt, though. Can't fault the effort, sliding. All right, full count still to the leadoff hitter, bottom of the fourth. This game is definitely on a slower pace than yesterday's game. We're probably looking at a 3-hour game easily, depending how the rest of the game goes. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed on a low slider for strike 3. That was out of the zone. Bad pitch to swing at. Hard to lay off a slider like that. That brings up Tucker, the DH. He's 0 for 1 today. Cubs have 2 hits. Similar to yesterday's game where they had 1 hit, no other base runners until they had those 2 back-to-back homers in the 5th. Curveball taken, strike 1. In the left-handed batter's box is Tucker, the DH. Suzuki on deck. Here's the pitch. 100, four-seam on the outside. Out high and outside. No swing. Evens the count, 1-1. They appealed to the third base ump. 1-1. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, 100 miles per hour. 2-1. Like head high. It was way upstairs. Regular season batting average 266 and 22 home runs for Kyle Tucker. 0 for 1 today. 2-1 pitch. Bounces a slider, 90. They appeal again. Did not swing. I don't even know why they appealed that one. The pitcher wanted that one. Catcher didn't ask for it. Cease has a nice mustache. Kind of got a Dennis Eckersley vibe too, because the hair is almost that length. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed on a slider. Would have caught the inside corner. Full count. One out, nobody on. Tucker, full count. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed. Four-seam fastball, strike 3. Quickly, 2 away. That would have caught the high outside corner, even if he had taken it. That was definitely a strike. Man. Well, it's time for Suzuki and Kelly to work their magic again today, I guess. Suzuki's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Righty against righty. Here's the first pitch. Curveball misses outside. 1-0. All right, 1-0 pitch. Swung on, missed. Slider low. Strike 1. Couldn't lay off the junk. .245 regular season batting average, 32 homers for Suzuki. Swung on to left field. That should be in for a double down the left field line. Suzuki hustling, and he is safe at second with a 2-out double here in the bottom of the 4th. Finally, an extra base hit for the Cubs. Just turned on that pitch. And put it down the left field line. Yeah, we were talking about the '89 World Series because I was going through The Cubs had like those back to back. All right, they're at the mound for Cease. He might be getting the hook, unless they're just buying time for the bullpen. We were talking about that '89 series because they referenced the Cubs hadn't hit back to back homers in the postseason since the '84 NLCS against the Padres, and I was going through their playoff history, and then I'm like, yeah. Then they ran into the Giants, so we were talking about the A's a little bit and the Giants. Okay, they intentionally walked the next hitter, so they put Kelly on to face Crow Armstrong. Now they might get the hook for the starter. At least Schilt is coming to the mound. Yeah, that's it for Cease. He pitched well. He's still on the hook for 2 runners, though. So he pitches, 3 2/3. And I think they're bringing in a lefty for Cease. 3 2/3 innings, 3 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, no runs. But he is on the hook for 2. Hopefully he gets tagged with 2 runs here. Hopefully Pete Crow Armstrong can deliver a hit. All right, the pitcher is Morejon, Morejon. Morejon? Adrian Morejon from Cuba. He is 13-6 on the regular season, 2.08 ERA. I think he pitched yesterday. 75 games, no starts, 3 saves, 73 2/3. Worked, 70 strikeouts, 0.90 walks and hits per innings pitched. 5'11", 224, 26-year-old left-hander. Havana, Cuba. What about McGuire? Yeah. 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 Well, they walked. They didn't want to face Kelly. They're going to face Crow Armstrong and bring in a lefty. Is Crow Armstrong a lefty? Is that why they're doing it? Yeah, he is a lefty. Okay. I should have looked up which guys were switch hitters. I just forgot to do that. Okay, why does the box score do this? Yeah, I hate that. It has this at the bottom. It sometimes, it cuts it off. I don't want that. There. That's better. All right, pitching change. First pitch, sinker. Home plate ump says he swung, so strike 1. Lefty, lefty. 2 outs, 0-1 pitch. Grounded. He fouled a sinker off his foot, I believe, so it's quickly 0-2. He'll walk out of the batter's box, try to shake it off a little bit. Well stated, Rhonda. Yeah. And then that whole creatine thing in 98, which really was a steroid. Once it was ingested in the body, it became just like a steroid. Way outside on a slider, 1-2, 88 miles per hour. 2 outs, 2 on, 1-2 the count. Cubs trail 1-0, bottom of the 4th. First call to the bullpen for the Padres here. 2 on the pitch clock. Wind up. Here's the pitch. Grounded to first base. Taken to first by the first baseman for out number 3. Cubs get a 2-out double and an intentional walk and leave 2 on. We head to the top of the 5th. 1-0 Padres. Man, they can't get anything going here. They have one extra base hit, I believe, and that's it. Let me double check. I got the 140030. Yep. Fermin, the 9th place hitter, the catcher, then Tati, the leadoff hitter, and Arraez are due up in the top of the 5th. We'll see if Amanaga comes back out. Again, Kittredge started, gave up the run, aided by a double steal to set up a sacrifice fly. And they had a pitch out on the play. That's what was so crazy, and the catcher didn't throw in the first. Oh, yeah, we should check in on the top of the 9th in Cleveland. Oh, my gosh, why is this so slow? And I'm having drop frames. Like, we're barely using internet. I don't get it. This is terrible. All right, Cleveland did get out of that bases-loaded jam with 2 outs. 6-1, Guardians win Game 2 and tie the series at 1-1, best of 3. Yeah, they did get 5 in the 8th. Okay. I thought it might have been 4, but they got all 5 in the 8th. It was 1-1 through 7, or about through 7.5. All right. John Cusack in attendance. Of course, Eddie Vedder. Eddie Vedder saying, "Take me out to the ball game." Oh, Chris Chelios, former Blackhawk, and some other Blackhawks in attendance, current Blackhawks. Yep, I'll probably do one Blackhawks game this year off of ESPN, and that'll probably be it, unless they're on ESPN again. Well, no, I don't even know if I get those once I'm done with ESPN Unlimited and switch to Select, which is still known as ESPN Plus, I think. Sweeper taken, strike 1, 50 pitches for Monaga on to pitch since the top of the 2nd. Swung on and missed at a 4-seam up and out of the zone. Strike 2. Again, Fermin, and Fermin had a double. He is 1 for 1 today. He calls time. All right, here's the 0-2 pitch. Bounced a splitter, and the first base ump says he went. Strike 3. 1 out. Top of the 5th. And back to the top of the order. Splitter in the dirt, and yeah, he offered at it. Did he tag him? Or did he give himself up? Boy, I don't know if he offered at that. That might have been a generous call. I didn't think his bat went across home plate. Ball 1, splitter 84 outside to Tati from the right-handed batter's box. Yeah, real quick. Oh, Tati's a right-handed hitter. Okay, lefty against righty. Here's the pitch. Upstairs on a sweeper, maybe outside too. 2-0. Splitter sweeper on this, or sweeper splitter on this bat. 2-0 count. Swung on and missed on a splitter down the middle. Strike 1. 2-1. All right. 2-1 count. Wind up. Delivery, popped a sweeper, back out of play behind the plate, evens the count, 2-2. Mark McGuire opened an Apple store in Tokyo last year. All right, bullpen action for the Cubs, a righty. Lined foul just down the third base line. Good play by the ball person or the ball man. Still 2-2 to Tati with 1 out. top of the 5th. There's the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? No, says the first base umpire. Full count, 3-2. Another splitter low, but he laid off it just enough. All right, full count, 1 out, nobody on, top of the 5th. Just missed on a sweeper, didn't offer, says the first base umpire, and that's a ball 4 and a walk, 1 out walk for Tati. So this could be trouble. Watch for Tati to steal. He scored the only run. He stole third on a double steal and scored on a sac fly, and that's where we sit. 1-0, top of the 5th. Lefty against lefty, 4-seam taken, strike 1. This, of course, is Reyes, first baseman, second hitter. 1 for 2 with a single. Throws to first, not in time. Tati safe. $60 pitches for Shota Imanaga. There's the pitch. Oh, slap bunt to the pitcher over to first in time. So I think that'll be a sacrifice bunt. The Padres have a runner in scoring position, but they got 2 outs now. Yeah, he bounced it right, Monaga off the mound quickly and delivered a strike to Bush to get the second out of the inning. So grounder 1-3, 1 assist to the pitcher and 3 put out to the first baseman. All right, right-hander, or is Machado a switch hitter? Nope, he's a righty. Splitter in the air to left, back at the track and long gone. 2-run bomb, and the Padres take a 3-0 lead. Oh, brother. All right, get the hook. Manny Machado at 404 feet to left. Cubs in trouble. This is a long game. We're already past the hour-and-a-half mark. Oh, we got quite a few Padres fans in attendance. So the 1-out walk comes back to bite the Cubs, and it's 3-0 on 5 hits. Yowza. First pitch, a sweeper down the right field line, foul. 0-1. Darn it. Yep, not good. Not good indeed. Cubs bats need to come alive. I mean, getting shut out already. First 4 innings, both games. 4-seam swung on a miss. Strike 2. Merrill is no at bat. He's got a sacrifice fly and a walk. And an RBI on the sac fly. 8th postseason homer. Fouled one off his leg. A splitter. We're still 0-2. Yeah, that looked trouble off the bat. Tati knew it. He put his hands up right away. All right. What's going? Oh, yeah, that's right. He fouled the ball off his leg, so the trainer's visiting him. Oh, it's Merrill. Yep. Might have caught just above his right shin guard, like where he didn't have the protection. Or it might have gotten him in the balls, too, on the carom, if I'm honest. All right, 0-2, 2 outs, base is empty, 2-run homer, makes it 3-0, top of the fifth. Here's the delivery. Fouls off a sweeper, 82, still 0-2. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't sure. Yeah, he might have been hit where it counts. Grounder to first. Bush has it. Taps the bag for out number 3, but not before the Padres pick up 2 runs on a walk and a 2-run shot by who was that? Machado. And we head to the bottom of the fifth. Cubs down by 3-0. Let's see, we got 3-5-0-0-3-0. Yep. Bottom 5. Cubs have Swanson, Shaw, then the top of the order with Bush due up in the bottom of the fifth. All right, let's, nope, not that. Take that down. Yep, so a run in the first. They had, I think, back-to-back hits, then a double steal, and then a sac fly. That's how they got the run in the first. Then in the second, 1-out walk. They bunted them to second, and then a 2-run shot by Machado. 2-run, 2-out shot to give the Padres a 3-0 lead, and the Cubs coming to bat here in the bottom of the fifth. So we're only halfway home, and this game is an hour and 35 minutes old. So we're much closer to the 3-hour pace. We had a crisp, like 2.5-hour game yesterday, I believe. All right, not sure what the schedule is going to look like. Looking ahead, hopefully the Cubs rally and we don't need a game 3. I doubt. But with the Tigers winning, or no, I'm sorry, with the Tigers losing and the Guardians winning, yeah, I have no idea what the schedule for tomorrow is going to look like if necessary. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. It does say 2:08. Okay. If the game's at 2:08, Piggy Wiggly, I'll be back with this game 3 if necessary. Okay. So we will be back if the Cubs can't come back. Swung on a missed 98-mile-per-hour sinker for strike 1. All right. Well, that's good. I hadn't seen that determination before. Swanson, takes a sinker on the upper inside corner. Didn't like the call or asking the ump, but it's quickly 0-2. Morjan working here in the bottom of the fifth in relief of Cease. Or is it Keese? I have no idea. Here's the 0-2. Bounces a changeup, 91, ball 1. Come on, Swanson. We need a leadoff base runner here. Jammed him on a sinker, fouled it off. Still 1-2. Inside. Four on the pitch clock. 3, 2, 1. Wind up pitch. Swung on and missed on a changeup. Strike 3. 1 out to the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the fifth. That'll bring up the 9th place hitter, Shaw, 0 for 1. Then On deck is Bush, the leadoff hitter. He's 0 for 2. Shaw 0 for the series yesterday and today. Oh, boy. Got to get something going and soon. Here's the pitch. Little outside on a slider, taking 88 miles per hour, ball 1. 226 batting average in the regular season, 13 home runs for Shaw. 2-1 on the pitch clock. Wind up. Slider grounded to third, up and over to first in time for out number 2. 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the order. Of course, that was a G5-3. Assist to Machado and put out to Arraez at first. Here's the pitch. Little low, sinker 99, ball 1 to Bush, the first baseman. Oh, yeah, Reggie Jackson. Yeah, he played on a lot of teams. Angels, too. Taken sinker, strike 1. Bush, lefty. Lefty against lefty here. 261 average on the regular season. All right, 1-1, 2 out, bottom of the 5th, bases empty, fouls off the sinker. Did that catch a piece of the ump? 1-2. Who are they showing on the Padres bench? I didn't know who that was. All right, Morjan, the lefty, still in for the Padres. 1-2 count to Bush. Here's the pitch, fouled off a sinker, 99 upstairs. Still 1-2. Come on. They need less time on these pitch clocks. 3, 2, 1. The delivery. Upstairs, checked his swing. He did on a slider. 2-2. Had to appeal to the third base ump. Morjan calls time. I think he's working his cleats on the cleat cleaner behind the mound. What's going on? He called time, I thought. Now suddenly Machado ran in, and the catcher out for Mean. Yeah, I think the rest of the infield. I think maybe they were worried because the pitch clock was going down. They hadn't paused it. I don't know. I'm not really sure. Yeah, Reggie Jackson. I don't know. And he had his own candy bar. I remember the commercial. I don't know if they're cheering for me or the candy bar. All right, 2-2 pitch. Here it is. Sinker in the air to center. Under it for out number 3. And the Cubs go 1, 2, 3. Nothing across. Retired in order. We're through 5. We head to the top of the 6th. Still 3-0. Bad guys. All right. So, yeah. Whoops. I need to mute something real quick. There we go. If the Cubs fail to come back, we will have game 3 then tomorrow at 3:08. 3:08 Eastern, 2:08 Central, 12:08 Pacific. In addition to the Thursday night football game. Me? No. I'll remember some things, and then I'll draw a blank on easy stuff. It happens. My mind is filled with old 80s commercials. Ask Sinbin admin. I'll bust out the Where's the Beef, Clara Peller, the Wendy's commercial, and these old Bartles and James, where we thank you for your support, and what's the, Real Men of Genius, back when it was real American heroes, and then they changed it after 9/11. Those were Budweiser commercials. Yeah, I remember useless information. I mean, I used to follow all sports. I used to be into anything. Never got into soccer, although the Chicago Sting were good, but that was when I was really young. But I follow just about everything other than soccer. Then it just become nothing. After about August of 2010, it was pretty much football only, and at times Packers only. Even earlier than that. Like, I was done with basketball and hockey more than 20 years ago. Hockey kind of on and off teens, 20 teens. But yeah. All right, well, let's get ready here. I'll have to go through the chats, but yeah, thanks, Mac. Let's see, end of the 5th, so let's get back to the proper box score. Take the looks like call to the bullpen, Caleb Thielbar. So another lefty on for the Cubs here in the top of the 5th. 6 make it. Grounder, tough play down the third base line. No play. It's an leadoff infield single by, is that Merrill? No, Bogarts. It was Bogarts. Okay. So 6 hits now for the Padres. $360-030, right? Yep. Leadoff infield single. That'll bring up Bogarts. No, that was Bogarts. Now O'Hearn is up, the DH. 1 for 2. Hey, but remembering that Reggie Jackson was called Mr. October is good, Mac. I guess they're checking out Bogarts after the run to first. He seems okay. He's staying in the game. Yeah, no pinch runner yet. Oh my gosh, the pace of this game. Lefty against lefty. First pitch, 4-seam taken, strike 1 on the outside edge of the plate. Right down the middle, though. I mean, up and down. 0-1 pitch. Curveball, 78. Caught the lower portion of the zone. O'Hearn not happy, but good Lord, dude. That was right there. 281 average on the season, 17 home runs. Lefty against lefty. Thielbar delivers, fouled off a 4-seam down the middle. Still 0-2. And Johnson is on deck. Hit no at bat yet because Sheets got a pinch hit by Iglesias. 0 for 2 out of that spot in the lineup. Top of the 6th. Here's the pitch. Just missed. Low and outside on a curveball. 1-2. 79 miles per hour. All right. There's the 1-2. Outside slider, 88. No swing. He checked it. 2-2. They didn't even appeal that. Yeah. I don't think he's a big baseball fan. I hear you, Mac. Slide or curveball, 78 low. Ball 3, 3-2. Okay, Thielbar can't afford a walk here with nobody out in the top of the 6th, already trailing 3-0. Go after him. Here's the payoff pitch. Fouled off. 4-seam. We'll do it again. Full count. 3-2. Again, O'Hearn, the DH, and Johnson, the left fielder, on deck. Cronenworth in the hole if the Cubs don't turn a double play. All right. Where's the pitch clock? Throw to first. Back in time is Bogarts. For some reason, ABC/ESPN doesn't have the pitch clock up now. I guess they only put it up when it's close. Okay, yeah, at like 10 seconds. Here's the pitch. Oh, low. 4-seam. Ball 4. 2 on. Nobody out to start the top of the 2nd. Good gravy. A little dink, not a bunt, but a slow roller up the third base line, and now a full count walk as Red Sox Yankees come up at 5 o'clock Central on ESPN. Reds at Dodgers, 8 o'clock Central. Red Sox and Dodgers lead those series 1-0. Here's the pitch. Squared to bunt. Taken strike. 4-seam on the outside corner or edge of the plate. 0-1. Of course, this is Johnson. Again, hasn't batted yet. Sheets was 0 for 1. Iglesias pinch hit. He was 0 for 1. All right. Thielbar, pivoted to second, no play. Excuse me. First base is playing in. Fouled off a 4-seam. Now it's 0-2 to Johnson. Nobody out. 2 on. Cubs already down 3-0. Game 2 of a best of 3. They do lead the series 1-0, but trying to avoid having to come back tomorrow for Game 3 as the winner advances to Saturday against the Brewers, I believe. Called strike 3. Curveball dotted the upper outside corner. And the Cubs get 1 out here. Now they can turn a double play. Ooh, framed pretty well by the catcher, too. Johnson had faked the bunt, drew it back, and then got rung up. Did not like the call. Lefty against lefty. Cronenworth, 0 for 2. First pitch taken, slider, 88. Strike 1. 246 average on the regular season, 11 home runs. Love you, Sin Bin Admin. All right, 0-1, checks the runner at second. Thielbar delivers. 4-seam in the air to center. Pete Crow Armstrong under it. Out number 2. Runners hold. 2 outs, 2 on. And from Cronenworth, it's now Fermin, who is 1 for 2 with a double and a strikeout. And looks like Counsell maybe has seen enough and is going to get the hook. And that'll be it for Thielbar. So he's on the hook for 2 runners. Yep, Fermin, a right-handed pitcher, so you don't want the lefty going at him. 251 average in the regular season, 5 homers, 26 RBI. Out of Puerto Ordaz, Venezuela. All right, let's catch up on the chat. I know I have. Hopefully, Piggy Wiggly didn't fall asleep in this game. Yeah, that's when they were really good, too. Raleigh Fingers. I mean, I was too young to remember it, but I know a lot about historical baseball, but who was that? Jim Catfish Hunter, starting pitcher. Yeah, they had Reggie Jackson back in the 70s. Yeah. Does he own the Apple store? Or was he there just to open it up? That's the question. It sounds like he owns the store. Yep, the 2-run homer was not good. Darn it. Yep. Oakland A's overalls. Nice. Oh, a block on who was the name? Yeah, Reggie Jackson. Yeah, no problem. Not really. I'm sure Father Time will be back for football tomorrow night. All right. Well, this is today. If the Cubs don't come back, maybe tomorrow. We will have Game 3. That's probably it for baseball until maybe the World Series then. Because, again, HBO Max or TBS, TNT, True TV, whatever takes over for the rest of, the NL Division Series and Championship Series. Ooh, four-seam just missed a hair low, taking ball 1 for Mean. The hitter, 2 outs, 2 on. Ray is in, REA. The pitcher, throw to second, not in time. Horner caught the ball, a little off target. Trying to get Bogarts to take a shorter lead at second. Here's the windup. The pitch grounded to short, deep short. Throw to first in time. Great stretch by Bush to retire the side. So Padres leave 2 on. And the Cubs will come to bat trailing 3-0 in the bottom of the 6th. All right, maybe we won't have to have a Game 3. Maybe they take care of business here in their remaining 4 innings of at-bats. So we'll think positive. I think I need another snack maybe, though. This game is turtling along. Almost 2 hours old, and we're not even through the 6th. Yeah, 4 minutes short. All right, I'll be right back. 360-030. Yep. All right, Cubs have, let's see. Horner, Happ, and Tucker due up. 6 votes, 86% for the Cubs. All right, I'll be right back. Thank you all for watching. All right, we're back. Just about set for the bottom of the 6th. Cubs needing some offense desperately here. All right, let's fix this one. Yep, that's exactly. You read my mind. Yeah, I hear you, Michael Ewing, and thanks for joining. I hear you. Don't want to let this go to 3. First pitch slider taken, strike 1. It's still Morjan. This is Horner. He's in the right-handed batter's box. Lefty delivers upstairs. Maybe a hair inside. Evens the count. 1-1. Yep, I hear you. Yeah, so again, if it's at 2:08, if we do go to 3, I will have the game tomorrow. Inside, sinker. 2-1. Horner will certainly take a leadoff walk. Bullpen action. Mason Miller, a right-hander, getting warmed up. Pitch grounded off the pitcher's cleat to the first baseman. He actually touches first with the baseball for out number 1. Of all the dumb luck. Unbelievable. That was Arias. So G13 on the putout. Right off of Morjan's right foot. Unbelievable. That was anything but good luck. That was bad luck. Yeah, Morjan, you had a lot to do with that. First pitch low, sinker 98, ball 1 to Hap. He's 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts. 0 for the series between yesterday and today. Bounces a changeup, 91, 2-0. Not a lot for the Cub fans in attendance to cheer for today. 243 average and 23 homers on the regular season. 2-0 pitch, taken, sinker, 97, strike 1. Low in the zone, but definitely a strike. Come on, Hap. We need a walk or a hit here. Here's the pitch. Inside, sinker, just misses, 3-1. Didn't miss by much. Morjan wanted that one. Okay, we'll take a walk or a hit pitch, hit by pitch. Here's the 3-1, grounded on a sinker to short, up with it over to first in time, high throw, quickly 2 away. G6-3. Good fielding by Bogarts and good on Arias to catch that at first. All right, quickly 2 away. Tucker, the DH, 0 for 2 with a strikeout. He is also 0 for the series. Lefty against lefty. Come on, Tucker. We need a hit. Sinker, 98, taken, strike 1. High in the zone, but definitely a strike. All right. Here's the pitch. Ooh, that looked like a strike on a sinker, but they call it a ball. That was definitely a strike, according to the box. And home plate umpire called it a ball. 1-1. Here's the pitch. Grounded a sinker foul. First base line. 1-2. Or towards the first base dugout, probably. All right, 1-2. Tucker ready. Morjan in the set. The delivery outside slider misses, 87. 2-2 count. 30 pitches by Morjan already. The delivery fouls off a sinker, 97. Still 2-2. Back at the screen. Fresh baseballs delivered. Come on, Tucker. Yeah. Here's the 2-2. Takes a sinker inside. They appeal to third. No swing. Full count. 3-2. 2 out. Nobody on. Bottom of the sixth. Cubs trailing 3-0. Oh, I don't know. Tucker looked like he went on that. Didn't quite break his wrist and cross the plate. They got a swung on a sinker. That's shallow center on the run and caught for out number 3. Just nothing. I think Suzuki had a double. That was with 2 outs. That's been their lone offensive highlight. We are through 6. We head to the top of the 7th. Padres batting, but with the 3-0 lead. As the dogs in my neighborhood are barking. 360-030. Top of the order, Tati, Arraez, and Machado. We'll see who comes on to pitch. They're going to leave Ray in, who pitched at third. Colin Ray, 11-7 record, 3.95 ERA, 32 games, 27 starts, a save, 159 and a third innings pitched. 127 strikeouts, 1.25 walks or whip, 1 walks and hits per innings pitched. Out of Iowa, Cascade, Iowa. Drafted by the Padres in 2011. College was Indiana State. Debuted August 11th, 2015. Career 37-27 record. All right, got to eat a little bit right here. Yeah, no walks for the Cubs. I'm sorry. They had 1 against Cease. I forgot who got that. Who got that walk? I already forgot. Oh, it was an intentional walk to Kelly. That's their only walk. Yeah, no taken walks. That's awful. That's right. It was an intentional walk. San Diego's got beautiful weather from what I hear. Man, game 1, the top 3 were 0 for 11, no runs. Today, 3 for 7, a homer, 2 stolen bases, and 3 runs for the Padres. Ooh. Inside on a sinker, nearly hit Tati. Sweeper into center. No, right. Suzuki under it for out number 1. Couldn't tell. The ESPN camera was so bad. I thought they were focusing on the center fielder, and it was Suzuki to the right of the screen making the catch. I don't think their camera operators are experienced enough or something. It's very strange. Luis Reyes takes a strike, 4-seam, strike 1. 0-1 the count. Had an early lunch, that's why I'm getting hungry. Swung on a cutter inside, 1 hop to Suzuki. It's in there for a 1-out hit in the top of the 7th. Oh, boy. That one. 370. 370. Okay, got it. That'll bring up Machado. 2 RBI on a 2-run shot. First pitch, 4-seam, 96. Swung on a miss, strike 1. No, I hear you, Piggy Wiggly. Yeah, their only walk was an intentional walk with first base open. Yeah, it shouldn't count either. I agree. 4-seam misses low, or not low, but outside. 1-1. Throw to first, not in time. No problem, Rhonda. It's okay. 12th career postseason homer for Machado. Fouled off a cutter off his ankle, and he is going to take a walk out of the batter's box. Man, that's got to hurt. 1-2 the count. 1 out. 1 on. 3-0 lead for the Padres, batting in the top of the 7th. 2,069 career hits, 5th most among active players. All right, here's the pitch. Swung on and missed on a sweeper outside. Strike 3, 2 outs. Man at first, that'll bring up Merrill, who's he's 0 for 1 with an RBI and a walk. Yeah, he had a sac fly in the first following the double steal. When the Cubs had pitched out, too, and didn't throw. Fouled off the cutter inside, strike 1. Cubs are down to their last 9 outs of the game, trailing 3-0, trying to avoid going down further here in the top of the 7th. Here's the pitch. Inside. 1-1. 4-seam. Oh, that's okay, Piggy Wiggly. No problem. Still got a long way to go in this game, too. Throw to first. Nearly got him. Safe. Good throw. Good pickoff. Must have caught, who was that? Arraya's napping a little there on that one. No, Peter McPeter. Still got the Packers gear. Cutter driven to right, short of the warning track. Suzuki in the sun catches it near the warning track for the right field line for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Cubs trailing 3-0, and the Padres just left 1 on. Good to have you here, Peter McPeter. .370 for the Cubs, and no offense. They have 3 hits and an intentional walk. That's it. When first base was open and there was a runner at second. No, still got plenty of Packer gear, just out of frame for the camera. We'll have the Packer pennant for the Niners-Rams tomorrow. Again. No, I'm with them through and through. No quitting on the team. A little puzzled by the defense, especially in the second half. And really need them to dedicate to better field goal or extra point line protection. Hopefully we get some linemen back after the bye week. All right. Just a reminder, 49ers Rams tomorrow night off of Prime. Hopefully the Cubs come back and win this one, but if they don't, game will be at 2:08 again, so we will have that. Oh, man, Eddie Vedder and Chris Chelios singing. Oh, boy, I'm glad I have this muted. Can't stand Eddie Vedder's voice. Then game 1, Friday night of the WNBA Finals, Mercury at Aces, 7 Central. Saturday, a day off, at least the WNBA game 2 in the afternoon, and then the Sunday night football game, Monday night football as well. I was originally thinking about doing the London game Sunday morning, but I may pass this week and be back for the next one. Strike one on a slider taken. New pitcher, Miller, number 22. Suzuki takes strike one. Righty against righty. Swung on a slider. Miss. Strike two. 1 for 2 with a double today. Yesterday, 1 for 3 with a solo home run that tied the game up. Misses on a slider, 89 outside. Oh, 308. Okay. 408 Central. Oh, okay. Then maybe I won't. Yeah, I might not do it then. I don't want that to run into football. I guess I could. 2-2 evens the count. Okay, thanks for that info, Peter. All right. Pitch upstairs, four seam, 102. Full count, 3-2. Draws a full count after being down 0-2 in the strike. 638 if Red Sox and... Wait, 638 for which game? If Sox and... Oh, gotcha. Swung on a miss, four seam, 103. Would have caught the upper inside corner. One out after the leadoff hitter strikes out Suzuki. Tough pitch. It just tailed inside a little on him. Couldn't get around on it. Yeah, it might have been a called strike if he didn't swing. Kelly on deck, or Kelly up now. Crow Armstrong on deck. 0 for 1 with an intentional walk. Fouls off a 90-mile-per-hour slider. First base gives chase, crashes into the netting, but no catch. Strike one. A good pursuit by Arraez there. Oh, so the only way they play at 2-8, you're saying, is if both the Yankees and Reds win. Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe the Cubs will come back, too. Maybe I won't have to worry about it. All right, 0-1. Here's the pitch. Fouls off a four-seam, 103. Quickly, 0-2. Nobody on and one out. 1 for 3 with a solo home run, which gave the Cubs the 2-1 lead in the game. They ended up winning 3-1. Trailing 3-0 here. No offense through 6 innings, really. 0-2 pitch. Miller caught the low outside corner for strike 3. As a perfect pitch. Kelly caught looking. Tough pitch, but he did. Catcher framed it, but according to the box, it was a strike. Or at the knees, low outside corner. Quickly, 2 away. Nobody on for Crow Armstrong. Righty against lefty hitter. Outside slider. Ball 1. 1-0. Yeah, thanks for the information, Peter, though. Appreciate it. Here's the pitch. Swung on a miss. Four seam, 103. Up in the zone. Strike 1. Miller struck out the side in the 7th inning yesterday as well. Inside, four seam, ball 2. 103. Wait, did he strike? Oh, yeah, he did strike out the first 2 batters. Wonderful. All right, new baseball or fresh baseball for Miller. 2-1 count to Crow Armstrong. Here's the pitch. Way upstairs. Four seam. 3-1. 103 miles per hour. Okay, which is it? They just said slider 89, but that wasn't the last pitch. Right down the middle slider 89. Yeah, now they reordered it. 3-2. 2 out. Nobody on. Bottom of the 7th. Trailing 3-0. Need a base runner. Here's the pitch. Taken at the top of the strike zone. Strike 3. 1, 2, 3. Nothing across. 3 strikeouts. And we head to the top of the 8th. And it is 3-0 Padres. Yikes. Man, no offense today for the Cubs. Not looking good. All right, sorry. Getting close. Had an early lunch. Getting close to dinner time. Getting a little hungry. Need a Triscuit sponsorship. Well, should the Cubs not come back, and I don't know. I guess if it's 408, I could do it, but I'd be risking extra innings. But if it's gonna be 638, gonna need maybe I'll put it to a vote. And if you'd rather see the Cubs or Padres Cubs over the Niners Rams, I can put it to a vote on the if you become a channel member for $1.99 US dollars, $1.99 a month, you can vote for the Cubs game over the Thursday night football game. All right, top of the 8th. Bogart's leading off. He has strike 1. Fouled. Nope. Hits a fly ball to right. Suzuki under it quickly for out number 1. Top of the 8th. Looks like Ray is still on the mound. REA. Now he faces O'Hearn, the DH. I'm getting a spam call. Awesome. And 2 pitches, 1 out, and Ray is done for the day, and we'll get a call to the bullpen. All right. Be back. yesterday's game. Yeah, maybe. I'll finish this later. Back. Sorry. I forgot. I didn't think I'd have time either. Sorry. All right, yeah. Red Sox lead their best of three series 1-0. The Guardians tied it up 1-1 with the Tigers in their series today. Should be just about set. Taylor Rogers, a lefty, in for the Cubs. And the hitter is O'Hearn, the DH. Lefty against lefty, inside on a sinker, ball one. Fouled off a sinker, out of play, left field stands, 1-1. One pitch, a little inside and high on a sweeper, 2-1. Nobody on, one out. Padres up 3-0. Top of the eighth. Sinker taken, low in the zone. Strike two. 2-2 count. Here's the 2-2. Fouled off a sweeper, 77. Still 2-2. All right. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Sweeper grounded to second. Over to first in time for out number 2. Rogers retires the first batter he faces. That'll bring up Johnson, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Took over and left after Sheets got pinch hit by Iglesias. Upstairs on a sweeper, 76, 1-0. Okay, thanks. Here. Okay, I don't know what you want me to do. 1-1. What did you do? Sorry, thank you. Second strike taken. Oh crap! What happened? 1-2. Shoot. There we go. Sweeper in the air to left center. Crow Armstrong under it. Retires the side. Cubs coming to bat. Bottom of the eighth. Trailing by 3, but they are down to their last 6 outs. And need to get some offense going quickly. Yeah, so, yeah, again, if it's at 208, for sure we'll have it. 408, probably. 638, I'll put it to a vote. Thanks for the early dinner. Oh, well. All right, let's catch up on the chat, too. All right, so far so good on the internet, too. I haven't had too many issues. Yeah, we talked about this. No. I get it. You're joking. Right. Yeah, I know. You're a Dodgers fan. Makes sense. Yeah, thanks for the info on the times, too. Yeah, so when would Guardians be? Would they be at like 4:08 then? No. Wonder when the Guardians game would be. Tigers Guardians if the AL yeah, Red Sox and Dodgers sweep. Interesting. Yeah. Oh yeah, I drink Folgers as well, Rhonda. My mom drank Folgers too. So that's what I grew up on. Getting expensive though. Think we're gonna give what you call it? Not Costco, the other one. Their coffee a try. Sam's Club. Thank you, Simon Admin. First pitch, slider, just misses him. Ducks out of the way in time. Ball one. Dansby Swanson, the eighth hitter in the lineup. The shortstop is 1 for 2 with a strikeout. Takes a slider, 1-1. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. Yeah, I remember that ad. Four seam fastball fouled straight back, 1-2. See, I told you I remember all these old commercials. Can't remember anything else, but got a vast volume of memory bank dedicated to old commercials, radio and TV. Oh, sorry, Rhonda. One of your messages got held. I'll try to show it. It's not letting me for some reason. Well, Rhonda said go Red Sox, but it had a heart between the socks. Ooh, fouled off the catcher on a slider. Got him where the shin guard wasn't blocking. Hopefully he was wearing a cup. I don't know. For mean. No, I don't remember Shula's show. I remember 8 Men Out, though. But, and Field of Dreams was about it, too, to a little bit, another point. But I grew up playing a baseball dice and card game with Shula's Joe Jackson and with my brother and my dad. Swung on and missed on a four-seam, 103, right down the middle. Strike three, one away. Leadoff hitter retired. And Ballesteros will pinch hit for Shaw in the 9th spot. Yeah, I saw your go Red Sox, but I couldn't unhide it for some reason. Or I couldn't show it, I meant. I don't know. YouTube gets goofy with emojis for some reason sometimes. Good Lord. Mason Miller struck out the last 10 batters he's faced. And they're doing some sort of discussion. All right. So, okay. Ballesteros is a lefty hitter. Why is he pinch hitting for Shaw? Well, Shaw is 0 for 2 and 0 for the series. That might be, and it is righty versus lefty. I forgot Miller was a righty. Bounces a slider, 86, ball one. Maybe it's Ballesteros. Oh, they call it a strike. Slider on the top outside corner, but I mean, I guess. According to the box it was, but swung on a miss, 103 mile per hour four seam, strike two. Unbelievable. One out, nobody on, 1-2 count. Cubs trailing by 3, bottom of the 8th. Need some offense. 3 hits and an intentional walk. That's it. Swung on and missed on a slider. Beautiful pitch just inside. Strike two. 5 up, 5 strikeouts when the Cubs have faced Miller in the 7th and the 8th now. And yesterday in the 7th. All right, top of the order, a left-handed hitter, Bush, with 2 outs and nobody on. Cubs down to their last 4 outs. Misses on a four-seam inside, 1-0. 261 average on the season, 34 home runs for Michael Bush. 0 for 3 today. Inside, it hit him on a slider, so the Cubs get a base runner with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Must have hit his foot, I'm thinking. Oh, just barely got his left shin. Almost looked like it just got his pant leg, but I don't know. I guess the ball changed direction. That might be it for Miller. Yep, we have a pitching change here in the top of the 8th. As the Padres fans are happy. Oh, not top. I meant bottom. Right-hander coming to the mound. All right. Suarez will be in. Robert Suarez, a righty, number 75, out of Venezuela. 4-6, 297 earned run average, 70 games, no starts, 40 saves, 69 and 2/3 innings pitched, 75 strikeouts, .90 whip, walks and hits per innings pitched. So their closer is in the game to try and nail down this win with 4 outs to get here, 1 in the bottom of the 8th and then the bottom of the 9th. And pardon me as I tried to get a little early dinner. I had an early lunch. All right, he's still warming up. Again, Horner's the hitter. He's 1 for 3. Bush, after a hit by pitch, is at first base. California. Oh, cool. Wyatt Earp and John Wayne are in the same cemetery. That's cool. Kobe is not marked. All right. Fouled off a sinker, 0-1. Oh, hello, Father Time. Welcome. Max says hello. 0-1. Horner against Suarez. Righty against righty. The closer delivers. Low sinker, 97, ball 1. Runner at first is Bush. He got hit by a pitch. Cubs have 3 hits, an intentional walk where first base was open and second was occupied, and now a hit by pitch here in the 8th. That's it. That's their entire offense with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. 4-seam driven to right, back near the track and caught on a leaping grab by Tati to retire the side, and the Cubs leave a runner on. We head to the top of the 9th. The Cubs down to their last 3 outs and hoping not to give up any insurance runs in the top of the 9th. Wow, what a play by Tati. Good defensive effort by him. It was short of the warning track, but it was pretty far down the line as well. He had a long way to run. All right, let's check out, again, MLB. We know Guardians won to even up their series at 1-1. They beat the Tigers 6-1. Warming up in Yankee Stadium for Red Sox Yankees. Red Sox lead 1-0. The latter 2 games are on ESPN. Dodgers won big. They lead 1-0. That game at 8:08. Not looking to do a game at 8 that in case it goes extra innings. So I think the Nat returned. Gosh darn it. Thank you. It was good. All right. Three runs on 7 hits. No errors for the Padres. No runs, 3 hits. No errors for the Cubs. The Machado had a 2-run shot in the 5th. First inning. Sacrifice fly. And Castro takes over at third. First pitch is a ball. 1-0 to the hitter Cronenworth. 91 sinker missed inside. Cronenworth 0 for 3 with a strikeout and 0 for the series. 2-0 here. Pitch grounded to second, over to first in time for out number 1. 4-3. So Horner to Bush. Bush with the putout. Horner with the assist. The pitcher is Rogers. That'll bring up Fermin, the 9th place hitter, and Council makes a visit to the mound. We got another pitching change. Well, we are under the 3-hour mark, but we'll see if that holds true. Soroka in the pitch to face Fermin. Fermin is a right-handed hitter, so Soroka, right-handed pitcher. All right, Soroka 3-8 record, 4.52 ERA, 22 games, 17 starts, no saves, 89 2/3 innings pitched, 95 strikeouts, and a 1.13 whip, which is walks and hits per innings pitched. He's from Canada, Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Drafted by the Braves first round in 2015. Debuted May 1st, 2018. All right. 1 out. Nobody on. 9th place hitter, Fermin Tati on deck. As Schilt, the Padres manager, chomps his gum. All right. 99, Soroka takes the mound finally. Wearing 99 like Rick Vaughn, Wild Thing in Major League. No glasses, though. All right. Fermin, right-handed hitter, right-handed pitcher, 251 average on the season, 5 home runs. Takes a 4-seam low in the strike zone, strike 1, 96 miles per hour. Strike 2, taken 0-2. All right, can we stop seeing the Padres starter? Slurve misses outside, 83, 1-2. I mean, he's not even the pitcher of record. Cease went 3 2/3, and they keep showing him. Bounces a slurve, 81, evens the count at 2-2. Come on, Soroka. Sinker jammed him, grounded to second, over to first in time for out number 2. So 2 G3 or G2 3-4 or 2 G3-4 ground outs. 4-3. Why am I saying 3-4? Horner to Bush. So Horner the assist, Bush the putouts. Yeah, great leaping catch on the run to save extra bases on the bottom of the 8th. First pitch grounded to short, over to first in time to retire the side. So we head to the bottom of the 9th. Cubs coming up, trailing 3-0. To avoid a game 3, they need 3 or 4 runs here. All right. Hope to see you tomorrow night. 49ers at Rams. Friday night, game 1 of the WNBA Finals. Mercury at Aces. No live stream Saturday, day off. Mercury at Aces, game 2, 2 o'clock in the afternoon Sunday. Pats, Bills, Sunday Night Football. Might pass on the 8:30 London game this week. Probably be back the next Sunday. We'll see. And then Monday night is Chiefs-Jaguars. That should actually be a good game, hopefully. Brushing your... Okay. Oh, they're showing Guardians highlights. Yeah, solo shot made it 2-1. They got 5 runs in the bottom of the 8th to take the 6-1 win. Tigers had the bases loaded, I think with 2 outs on the top of the 9th, but that was it. Under 12 minutes and 20 seconds until game 2 of Red Sox-Yankees starts. All right, Happ, Tucker, Suzuki. If anybody reaches, Kelly. Cubs have 3 hits, a hit by pitch, and an intentional walk when second base was occupied and first base was open. teams to lead 1-0 at home are 7-0 in game 2. So the Cubs. So I guess I take it they haven't been doing this best of 3 very long. Yeah, I remember it being a 1-game series. I never watched, but I just knew that the wild card round used to be a 1-game. All right, first pitch taken just inside, 4-seam, ball 1. Hap, 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts. Low on a 4-seam, 2-0. All right, we'll take a leadoff walk. Come on, Hap. Man, this is 3, 4, 5 hitters. Let's go. I mean, taken right down the middle, 100 miles per hour, 4-seam, 2-1. Here's the pitch. Swung on a 4-seam, popped it up or flied out to left. Caught for out number 1. And the Cubs are 2 outs from being tied up and needing a game 3 tomorrow. And 2 outs from being shut out. They got shut out the first 4 innings of game 1. Managed 3 runs. And now they're getting shut out through 8 1/3 innings here in game 2. Tucker is up, lefty against the righty. Bounces a changeup for ball 1. Suarez wearing number 75 for the Padres. One and 0 pitch. Swung on and missed on a changeup. Strike 1. 1-1. 1 out. Nobody on. Down 3-0. 1-1 count. Bottom of the 9th. 3-0 Padres. The pitch. Line to right for a single. Tatis feels it. And the Cubs have a runner with 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. And Suzuki, who tied the game at 1-1 with a solo shot in the bottom of the 5th yesterday, will be the hitter, but it'll be righty against righty. All right, the Cubs with their 4th hit of the day. 4 hits. 4 GD hits. I know. The line by Harry Dole was 1. Taken sinker right down the middle. 100 miles per hour on a sinker for strike 1. All right, just a hit or a walk. Bring the tying run at least to the plate. Keep the inning going. Swung on and missed on a sinker upstairs. Strike 2, 101. Suzuki 1 for 3 today. He was 1 for 3 yesterday. Or no. Wait. Here's the pitch upstairs. 4-seam, 100 miles per hour. Taking ball 1. Yes, it's right here. Pink basketball. I see it, Rhonda. 1-2 pitch. Sinker fouled off 100 miles per hour. Still 1-2. Excuse me. Excuse me. 4 2/3 innings pitched by the Padres bullpen. That was the first hit today off the bullpen. Fouled off another 100 mile per hour 4-seam. Staying alive. 1-2. Suzuki up there battling. All right. Suarez looks over at first. Now he's set. Wind up Delivery upstairs. 4-seam. Ball 2. Evens the count. Another 100-mile-per-hour pitch. Might have been a hair outside as well. But it was very high. Suzuki adjusting the batting gloves. Steps out of the box. Back into the batter's box. Suarez is set. Here's the pitch. Bounces a changeup in the dirt. Full count. Three-two pitch. 1 out. 1 on. Cubs could need a Walker base hit here. Bring the tying run up. Keep the line moving. Keep this inning going. 8th pitch of this at bat. Here's the windup. The delivery grounded to short, to second, over to first in time. That's your ball game. 6-4-3 double play. Padres win. And there will be a game 3 again. If it's at 2:08 or 4:08, sure, I'll do it. If it's at 6:38, I'll have everybody vote on it, I guess. Paid members, whether we do baseball or football. It's kind of hard to tell by the numbers which would do better either. Well, that's certainly not what the Cubs wanted. Did they appeal? Is this play? Wait, is this not over? It is a rise. It was close at first, but yeah, that's it. Final 3-0 Padres. All right, yeah, we'll see depending on the 2 games tonight whether we're back tomorrow for this or just football. All right, we will update the records. Both teams now 1-1 in this 3-game series. Yeah, we will keep an eye on the games tonight, and I'll try to set the schedule and give an update. 2-run homer in the 5th. All they really needed was that sac fly in the 1st. They shut out the Cubs. 4 hits, an intentional walk, and a hit by pitch. That was all they managed. So the win goes to Morjan in relief. Miller with a hold and Suarez with the save. Got 4 outs to nail down the save. Kittredge picks up the loss. He gave up 1 run. He's 0-1. Imanaga gave up 2. Thielbar, Ray, Rogers, and Soroka blanked the Padres the rest of the way. All right. I think that'll do it. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit like and subscribe on the way out if you haven't already. Let me catch up on... Yep, the basketball is over here. Ready for Friday night. Have a good day, Mac. Thank you. You're welcome, Alex. Thanks for chatting. Thanks, Mac. Thanks, Father Time. Thanks, Rhonda. Thanks, Piggy Wiggly. Thanks, Peter McPeter. Everybody else who chatted. Appreciate you being here. Thank you, Father Time, and you're welcome. All right. We'll see you tomorrow. Not sure what time and which games yet. But I'll put an update later tonight once baseball's over and we know the schedule for sure. Until tomorrow, take care. This is Sinbin Stream wishing you all well And have a great rest of your Wednesday, and around the world, have a great Thursday. And we'll see. Until next time, take care. Sinbin Stream signing out, and bye-bye.